Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some news coming out from Gaza regarding the aid pier that was built by the U.S. So we've got news coming out today that this $320 million aid pier has started to sink and it has forced the U.S. to halt aid deliveries. Now, I heard about this yesterday. I was going to wait to report on this because this news was just starting to break that apparently the aid pier, some of the boats, like the vessels that were being used, like what you see here in the photo, I believe this could be one of them, but they use like these boats to kind of stabilize the pier a little bit, that some of the sections of the pier or maybe these boats started to break off and were floating down the beach of Gaza. And a lot of this is due to, obviously, there's waves, right? It's on the beach, so there's going to be waves that are going to impact this pier. And I'm surprised they're even able to pull this off and make it last as long as it did. But it's only been about a week, and this pier already broke. Okay, so this has been, in my opinion, a complete failure because this pier has only been in operation for roughly about a week now, and also all of the aid that has come into this pier ever since that has been built, all this aid for the Palestinian people hasn't even reached the population at all. There was reports that the aid trucks that were delivering the supplies off of this pier were completely looted, so the aid didn't even get to the people there, and it's been a complete utter failure from the very beginning. So this looks obviously really bad on the Biden administration. And it's almost kind of even a little funny and ironic in some ways. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just this whole thing is not working out. And this pier is completely collapsed, basically, and starting to sink. So we've got some information we're going to be going over here to figure out what happened here. So I've got an article pulled up for you. This is on Fox News. It says U.S. forced to halt Gaza aid deliveries after Biden admin's $320 million floating pier starts to sink. And now let's see if this can make you feel any kind of way. $320 million, and understand this is taxpayer money. So if you live in the United States, this is your tax dollars that went to this pier, and the pier is completely starting to sink now, broken apart, and has been an utter failure. So a very expensive pier to build, and it's just this money is not being put to good use at the moment. The U.S. has not offered a timeline for repairing the Gaza pier, so this just coming out today. U.S. was forced to suspend the delivery of aid to its temporary floating pier on the coast of Gaza on Tuesday after rough weather caused the structure to break apart. 4 vessels that had stabilized the pier broke off due to choppy waters earlier this week, but officials said the pier was still operational. That is no longer the case as of Tuesday, officials confirmed to Fox News Digital. U.S. did not offer a timeline for how long the repairs would take. So it looks like the pier is completely unusable now, and it's going to be out of commission until they can get it repaired. So it looks like it'll take, like it says right here, UN officials said the repairs would take at least a week. However, according to NBC News, so at least a week to get it repaired. Now another delay while the people in Gaza are starving and not getting aid. There's going to be another week-long delay until this thing gets back in operational, and for them to work out the kinks of getting supplies to the people, because I've been hearing too that they had to start rerouting where they were going to be sending these aid delivery trucks. So obviously this is a major obstacle for the Biden administration to figure out how they're going to make this work, because they were the ones who decided to construct this pier and spend $320 million on this for the people of Gaza. So President Biden's administration spent roughly $320 million constructing the massive floating dock. It was operational for barely a week before the damage occurred. So my mistake, less than a week. Probably not even a full week yet before this thing was damaged and destroyed. So here's a picture of it once it was actually constructed. So it does look kind of cool in a way. It looks like there's even a smaller kind of pier. I don't think it's really a pier, but like a little land bridge here that was constructed. But yeah, here's the pier in the picture. So it says here, of the 4 stabilizing vessels that detached earlier this week, 2 of the boats floated northward and landed on the beach in Ashdod, Israel, while the 2 others remain anchored at the beach near the pier. While the pier has been used to transfer roughly 569 metric tons of aid into Gaza, none of the aid that has been delivered to the Palestinians as of last week, the Pentagon confirmed. So, like I said, this pier's only been in operation for not even a week, and all of the aid that has been delivered to this pier for the people of Gaza have not even received any of this aid. Okay, 569 metric tons of aid. None of it has gone to the population of Gaza. Pier's failure comes as Israel conducted a sizable operation in Rafah with tanks rolling into the heart of the city for the first time since the war began. So this article will continue to talk about that when it comes to the operation in Rafah, but we're not talking about that today. We're just talking about the pier here. So I'll cite this down below. You guys can go ahead and read about this and check it out for yourself if you want to read more about the operation in Gaza, or in Rafah, excuse me. So we're going to go ahead and move on now. I've got a couple things to show you, a couple of videos actually, here on X. So let's talk about this. So this is video footage first here of the Gaza pier that, it says here, new Joe Biden's $320 million floating pier broke loose. Gaza pier broke loose this weekend. It is now sinking as Palestinians in the video are heard laughing. So that's what I was trying to say. So this pier, it was starting to break, and we've got some Gazans that are here just pretty much watching this thing break apart, and they're starting to laugh, watching the failure of this pier, how it just completely did not work. So we'll go ahead and watch this clip. It's 20 seconds long. So let's take a look and we'll talk about it.
חבר'ה, שימו לב, אנחנו פה על הים, תראו מה קורה, למזח של האמריקאים פשוט התנתק, וממש מוצף, עוד מעט המשאית נופלת למים, הכל פה הולך לטבוע, ככה זה שעוזרים לאויב. חבר'ה, שימו לב.
Okay, so it kind of looks like to me, when they start to zoom in here, this part of the pier is not even attached to the beach anymore. I don't know if that's part of the pier, but it looks like if it was connected down here somewhere, it's no longer connected. So this is just a piece of the pier that might have broken off, and maybe it's just floating over there. I think the pier is further off over here, actually, because there's that off to the side. Let's see if we can zoom in and pause for a moment. So we can find it. Where was it at? Right there. Okay. Hold on one second. There we go. So right here, there's that that little mud kind of pier that I saw in the picture there earlier, and then I think this is the actual pier in the background. So this looks like the main portion of the pier, like the beginning of it when the boats start to bring in aid, and this might have been it right here, and it could have broken off over there and started floating off over this way. So like I said, it looks like this thing has been a complete failure by the Biden administration, and it's just not working right now. So I don't know. Again, they plan to repair the pier, but I don't know what they're going to do to stabilize it to make it really effective, because again, it's a floating pier right on the coast of Gaza where all these waves are at. So I just don't know what they can do to really keep it stable, but they obviously are going to need to reinforce it much better than it already is right now. So finally, I want to show you one more thing here. This is from RNC Research. Top Biden spokesman John Kirby says Biden still believes the temporary pier in Gaza is viable despite being damaged. So he's going to tell us that this pier is still usable, and they're gonna go ahead and try to fix it and go from there. So let's take a look.
Does the president still believe that the temporary pier is a viable platform to get aid into Gaza?
Absolutely, as a supplement. Okay, it was never intended to supplant what you can do on the ground through trucks and getting those crossings open. We said that from the get-go. We also said it's going to be tough. It's been tough. Weather plays a role. I mean, Mother Nature has a say here, and the Eastern Med, even in the summertime, can be a pretty rough place. And that's what's happening right now.
Does the president still believe that the temporary pier is...
Okay, so there you go. As you can see from John Kirby, him coming out and saying that, yes, Biden still believes that this pier is going to be useful for the people of Gaza. We'll have to see what happens when they repair it, and maybe they'll strengthen it a lot more and it'll be a lot more effective. But so far, like I said, it's been a complete failure. It's almost kind of funny too. It almost seems like John Kirby wants to laugh a little bit. Maybe he doesn't really feel that way about that, but that's what he has to say regarding this pier. So yeah, pretty crazy, guys. This pier, like I said, it's only been up for not even a week, and it's already been completely destroyed for the most part, and they're going to have to rebuild it and reconstruct it and make it, strengthen it as well, and probably come up with some other type of strategy to make this thing function properly. But in the meantime, once again, the people of Gaza are not going to be receiving aid as successfully as they should be, and ground operations are obviously not working too well. That's why the Biden administration decided to build this thing to begin with, and they were supposed to be able to bring in aid much quicker. And like I said, from there, even the aid coming off this pier, none of it has gotten to the people of Gaza. So has this been a complete failure, or do you think the Biden administration will be able to resolve this problem and get back on their feet and get the aid to the people there in the Gaza Strip? Let me know what you think down below. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.